Have you ever wondered why reality feels so solid, so undeniably real, even though science tells us everything is mostly empty space? Why does the dream of life feel sharper than any dream you've ever had? Maybe because reality itself is an incredibly convincing simulation built not by machines but by consciousness itself. This idea stretches far beyond modern science fiction. Ancient philosophers and mystics were already speaking about it thousands of years ago. In the Hindu Upanishads, sages said the physical world is Maya, an illusion projected by the mind of Brahman, the absolute reality. The world feels real only because consciousness experiences it that way. In Buddhism, the mind is seen as a projector, casting thoughts, sensations, and perceptions onto the screen of awareness. What we call reality is simply the movie we're watching inside that cosmic theater. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the philosopher George Berkeley had this same idea, this same mystery, declaring that existence itself depends on perception. To be is to be perceived. If no consciousness observes it, what does it even mean for something to exist? Quantum physics would later stumble upon a similar paradox, the observer effect, where particles exist only as possibilities until observed. Reality doesn't collapse into form until consciousness looks at it. It's as if the universe waits to be noticed before deciding what it is. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes death as awakening from the dream of the physical world into higher layers of awareness, implying that what we call reality is just one level in a vast hierarchy of simulations. But what if the simulator isn't alien or machine at all? What if it's mind itself, the infinite consciousness running every program of existence? In Hermeticism, this idea was already there too. The all is mind, the universe is mental. Every level of reality, from atoms to galaxies, is consciousness observing itself through different lenses. When you touch a table, it feels solid, but what you're really touching are vibrations interpreted by your awareness. Reality is convincing because the simulation is perfect. The code is consciousness itself. If this is true, then the world isn't outside of us, it's within us. We're not players trapped in someone else's game. We are the game playing itself. Every person you meet, every event that unfolds, every emotion you feel, these are all lines of living code written in consciousness. And when you awaken, you realize that the boundaries between self and world were never real. The observer and the observed are the same field of awareness reflecting itself endlessly. So maybe reality feels real because it's meant to, because the dream wouldn't work unless you believed in it completely. Consciousness hides itself inside its own creation, just to experience what it's like to forget and then remember. Every discovery, every awakening, every tear and laugh is consciousness peeking through its own illusion. Perhaps the simulation isn't a trap at all, it's art. The divine imagination learning, evolving, creating stories of itself in endless worlds. And maybe the moment you realize that, you stop asking whether reality is real, because you understand it's alive.